7.40C just dropped, meaning that we're going to have 2 longer videos today, which is totally fine. This will probably count as tomorrow's vid. Going into this, I was about to say that the number one thing we need to look for is phylactery changes, but they literally are shoved in our face, and that is a good thing. Let me zoom in slightly more. There we go. So we're just going to be going down the list. The phylactery changes are one thing. The other thing is what heroes they buff, because that is a very interesting thing to see. This might be a patch where they just nerf the really strong stuff. I don't necessarily think anything this patch is broken, except for some of the phylactery synergies. And Outworld Destroyer, but we won't talk about that. Conda can now be disassembled. Cool. You can use it to build Octarine. I don't know what hero you would possibly want to go this on, but that's cool. Phylactery itself, all attributes bonus decreased by 1, mana regen decreased to 2.25. This is a meaningful nerf, actually, because a lot of the heroes who really like to go Phylactery, like Spectre and PL, are like the 2 big examples, they really benefited from having the ability to just spam their mana costing abilities all the time. They could just spam their Qs in order to farm, in order to fight, in order to do anything. So this actually, it looks like a really small nerf, and it is. But it does have an impact. I think what this is Valve saying, okay, we're going to be in a phylactery meta for a while. Because we've never really been in a phylactery meta. When it first came out, the only hero that really went it was Zeus, and then a couple of other heroes have fucked around with it. The phylactery pause for Clinkz, shout out to Gunner, that was a thing for a while. And then like Sniper goes it in order to be a shitter. So I think this is Valve saying, you know what, screw it, we're going to be in a phylactery meta for a while, which sounds fun to me. I'm having a lot of fun with the item, personally. They might have nerfed the other parts of it, though. Abaddon, Curse of Avernus, no longer applied by illusions. Interesting. This seems like, this rhymes a little bit with the Diffusal Blade change, where they're no longer able to burn mana. So maybe this is just going to be how these sorts of things are balanced going forward. I don't necessarily know if I like this. I think Abaddon having the option to go Manta, or just getting an illusion rune and having a lot of power from that was fun. So I don't know if I like this or not. I want to say I don't. The visual is probably still there, it's just the actual effect doesn't happen, similar to like Anti-Mage Cleave. Axe, strength gain decreased, he felt strong. Battle hunger damage per second decreased, okay. Axe is another hero that kind of went phylactery, but it was kind of a shitter thing to do. I don't necessarily think it was optimal. Just the very slight nerfs. I think Axe is still going to be definitely playable after this. You maybe just lean a little bit less into the battle hunger stuff. Probably not going to be buying Phylactery anymore unless you're really committed to the bit. There are cats fighting outside, good lord. Jeez. I had to step away for a moment because there were cats fighting outside. Not my bitty bat though, she's in here safe and warm. Batrider, agility gain increased from 1.8 to 2.0, and damage gain increased as a result, because it's over the threshold. I thought Batrider was already good. I don't know why you would have... I don't know why they buffed him. It's a very small buff, but it is kind of meaningful, you know? Well, not really. It's just a tiny bit more agility, but like that's also the stat that matters for right-clicking, and right-click Batrider I think is really good right now. Or, you know, it's not like top tier meta, but it's definitely solid. So it's weird to me that they would buff him. Maybe there's something I don't understand. Please don't nerf Bloodseeker. Yeah, buddy, they buffed him. I've actually been playing a lot of him, dude. He feels quite good. And he scales very strongly. You go Radiance on him because he's the best Radiance carrier in the game, because he gives himself a shitload of spell amp, and that's nice. Max health damage per second decreased. I wonder if they changed... So if you take the minus 0.7% health cost on this, it's 0.5, which is nothing. I can't remember what the other one is off the top of my head. I think it's plus 100 blood ride damage. You maybe go this now instead. You maybe do the minus 0.7% to bring it down to 0.5% per second. That's pretty crazy. And talent buffs. So level 10 talent health increased to 200 from 175. Level 20 talent for agility decreased to minus 15. Rupture cast range decreased. Interesting that they nerfed both of his level 20 talents. This is weird. I think you still go the agility, because his stat gain is like good, but it's not great because you have all the like fake agility from Blood Rage giving you a metric shitload of attack speed. I think you still go this just because the damage is nice. This is interesting though. There might be more games where you go, because sometimes it is really nice to be able to just have a shitload of Rupture cast range. Like if Rupture is really good and you're up against like Timbersaw, Pangolier, things like that, it's nice to be super far away from the fight and still be able to cast it. So the games where you're picking Bloodseekers specifically to Rupture 1 or 2 targets, you probably do go this talent now, because it did get nerfed, but this talent is 20 or 75% of what it used to be. This one is like basically the same. It's just a rounder number. Brewmaster, they probably buffed him. Liquid Courage, Aghanim Shard max HP regen per second increased by 0.5% up to 2.5. And Drunken Brawler, Earth Brawler armor increased by 1 at all levels. This is like a such nothing buff. Isn't this hero still like eating doo-doo? Valve, let him eat something else. Unethical what they kind of did to Brewmaster, but he's another hero. Like I was talking about how Lone Druid, after a couple of patches, he's going to be insane. Curious what they did to him here, because I've actually started seeing Lone Druid in my pubs, and the hero looks good. The hero looks playable. Broodmother. Necrotic Webs. Enemy... Yes. Yes. Earlier in my video today, I was talking about how Broodmothers were doing bullshit with Necrotic Webs because it's so broken. I mean, this is still a big deal, but you're not going to see the maxing web anymore. I remember playing against this for the first time and like just being like, where's my HP? Where is it? And then I moused over the Necrotic Webs tooltip and it was like restoration reduced by 70%. And I was like, no way. 70%? 55% is still crippling, but at least like, I don't know. This made salves feel like tangos. This will hopefully make salves feel like 2 tangos instead. You know, you just walk out of the web to do it, but still you get the idea. Spin web max charges decreased as well. Incapacitating Bite no longer applied by illusions. Okay, I guess this is what we're doing now. Incapacitating Bite is a fucked up passive, but you know. And some talent changes. Level 15 talent Incapacitating Bite attack bonus decreased from +8 to +6. Level 25, the bat reduction decreased from 0.02 to 0.5. I was told there was a way to see what the talents were on these, or maybe that's only on the big number patches. Whatever. Necessary nerfs. Broodmother was too strong, primarily because of Necrotic Webs, I think, and Incapacitating Bite. So these make sense. Reduced a lot of her right-click damage as well. Maybe trying to focus her a little bit more on the spiders, like as a zoo hero, rather than just a straight-up right-clicker. Carry Brood might be dead, but it's fine. Clinkz. Skeleton Walk. Building damage penalty increased. Wow. Wowzers. They said stop hitting buildings, dickhead. Building damage penalty increased from 25% to 75% is quite meaningful, and it is no longer upgraded with Aghanim Scepter. It only provides Burning Army ability without increasing Skeletor Archer hits to kill. Okay, so it doesn't make the Skellies tanky anymore, or any more tankier. This is huge. Hello, Bitty Bat. This is a gigantic change. This basically means that you don't get to split push anymore as Clinkz. And then some talent nerfs as well. So the attack range you got at level 15, which I think is the one that you got, is reduced. And then multi-shot from the level 25 talent no longer applies to the archers. Okay, they said Clinkz cut that shit out. And it was good that they said this, because Clinkz was a problem. Like, even after the nerf, what's funny is, like, and I saw this in Quixotic's video, Quixotics. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I admire you quite a bit. He was talking about how even after the nerfs, that wasn't a nerf, it was just a bug fix. If you don't know, Clinkz was actually piercing all of their physical resistance. It wasn't just base armor that he was piercing through. It was everything. So base armor and I think damage block or bonus armor, base armor, and damage block, I think. But they fixed that, and they made it so it actually does what it was intended to do. And Clinkz went from like a 55% win rate, or a 56, down to a 52, which is still great. And pro teams were still picking him like crazy because they were practicing him. You know what I mean? Like, the hero, even after that change, was still good enough that pro teams were massively favoring him. And you can see that in some of the open qualifiers, or closed qualifiers that are going on right now. He's a very popular pick still. So maybe this will change it. I assume it will. This is a nuts. Just, they said stop ratting, dude. Play the game. Darkseer, base armor increased by 1. Wow, he's literally taking no damage. Speaking of Doom, Infernal Blade mana cost decrease from 50 to 35. I think there is some merit. If you're playing as Doom in a lane where you get to interact, right? Like you're not up against a ranged hero, you're against a melee hero that you actually get to like interact with. And there aren't a whole lot of those right now. Like Sven, or I guess maybe Luna, who's ranged, but like, come on, bro. I think there is some merit to maxing Infernal Blade. I think it's a legit thing to do. It's kind of silly, but hey. Just like skip. I mean, you can't skip Devour. You're a Doom player. It's impossible for them to do it. But like, skip points in Scorched Earth and just go Infernal Blade. Or maybe go like 2-1-2 or something like that. Drow Ranger. Level 25 talent marksmanship chance decreased from 10 to 8. Okay. I think, I mean, this level 25 talent was kind of balanced on a razor's edge because multi-shot is such an insane ability, and having an additional round of multi-shot is so strong. Especially if you're against lineups that have a bunch of units and you go Aghanim Scepter, because then things just explode. So I think maybe you go the other level 25 talent now. I also think Drow Ranger is very good. She and Bloodseeker have been my like favorite carries this patch. And Spectre is good, but I wouldn't call her very fun. I don't have a ton of fun when I play her, but she is strong. Earthshaker. Fishora. Mana cost decreased. We just got rid of this guy. Valve, can you let him be shit for a while, please? There's no TI coming up. You don't need to buff him to make the crowd do the claps. Whatever. I would like Earthshaker to be removed from Dota for the next year or so. That'd be nice. Ember Spirit, removed all cast points. Just kidding. Searing Chains, duration decreased. Damage per second rescaled to 100 at all. Huh, interesting. Interesting way to do this. This is really paying for the sins of his facet. I don't know why they don't just nerf his facet that makes his remnants also cast Searing Chains. That just is a broken thing. Like, I'm assuming that they it's on the chopping block, but like they want to wait for a number patch to remove a facet or replace it, I guess. Though plenty of heroes don't have facets right now. This is interesting. I didn't mind Ember being good. He hasn't been a super great hero for a while. There's this one guy, I can't remember his name. There's this one guy who I keep fighting in ranked who keeps playing Ember mid, and he keeps eating shit in the mid lane and then owning in the mid game. He is always picking into Viper, like just blind. Like he gets last pick, he picks Ember, and they pick some cheat shit or like TA. And I feel bad for the guy, but it's like shit. He's a really good player. Shout out to him. He single-handedly makes me think that Ember is a strong hero. You don't see a whole lot of him otherwise. He's not very popular. Grimstroke, base damage increased by 1. Whoa. Damage at level 1 decreased. What? What? Oh, it's because the maxes, they changed the scaling for it. Why would you... Wait, no. This just is the typo. I think this is supposed to be increased. From 46 to 50 to 47 to 51. Yeah, this is just a goofy-ass... Wait, or is it supposed to be decreased and this is the typo? Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's 1 damage. Who cares? Inkswell, cast range increased by a lot. Wow. 650 at level 1. Okay. You already were maxing Inkstroke, I think. But this gives you a little bit more leeway to do that, even more so than you already were. This is alright. This is alright. You tend to go like 1-1-1 or 2-1-1. You get 2 points in Inkswell, or get 2 points in Stroke of Fate. That's what it's called. You were maxing Stroke of Fate, the ink. So this just makes it easier to do that. Any kind of cast range buff on Grimstroke is a big deal, by the way. This is a hero that is balanced by the fact that he needs to go Aether Lens. So anything that helps you not go Aether Lens, I mean, you still do, but you get the idea. Level 15 talent Inkswell movement speed increased as well. Nice little Inkswell buffs. Many position 3s will be thankful for these patch notes. Gyrocopter, base attack speed decreased. No! He's another hero that I thought was, like, okay. Agility gain increased, though. Okay. That kind of matters, because he gets a lot of levels. At level 30, it's like, what? No extra agility? It doesn't matter, man. Armor's nice. Level 25 talent, cooldown reduction, still having a stroke, increased from 30 seconds to 40 seconds. That's fine. That's not the one that you go anyway. Who cares? Huskar. Berserker's Blood, the Cauterize cooldown, increased to 30 seconds at max level, so just plus 10 every level. This is good. Being a kind of hero like Huskar where you are vulnerable to specific things and then being able to dispel them anyway is like bullshit. I'm not a big fan of the Cauterized Facet from like a philosophical perspective, so any nerfs to it I agree, but just like take it away, please. Jakiro, Ice Path, duration decreased. Okay, this matters. I think this is referring to the, yeah, this is the duration of the path itself, not the stun. Because you can like walk into it after it's out, you know what I mean? Largo added to Captain's Mode. Bro just got here. What do you mean? How? How are you added to Captain's Mode? You got here like, oh, a month ago. I guess Valve is like really okay with his current state. Intelligence gain increased from 2.4 to 2.6. Frog Stomp, damage per stomp increased a very whoa, these are ugly numbers. By 1 at level 1 from 35 to 36, and it scales up to 72. I can't remember exactly how many stomps they do, but that matters, I suppose. I know it scales with the levels too, so it's like quadratic scaling. Amphibian Rhapsody can now be toggled while silenced. Okay, good. One of the really funny bits about Largo, the like tech to counter him, is as Grimstroke, you could sick your wife on him, and now he's silenced and he can't right click the ghost off. So he was just stuck, not being able to play the guitar. Radius also increased. This is good. I think this is like the way that they need to buff Largo, is like not by making his, I mean, you can give him a little bit of int, that's fine. But like don't make him tanky or some shit like that. Just like make the range of Amphibian Rhapsody better. And then I think if they ever make a way to get access to AoE increase that isn't on Bloodstone, which is like a totally dead item. Oh wait, no, it's on Glipnir now, right? Glipnir Largo, are we doing this now? They need a support item that gives you AoE bonus, and then he will buy it 100% in addition to drums. Seriously, buy drums. This is a very unexpected patch note to see Largo added to Captain's Mode, but I guess Valve is cool with him. He was designed fairly conservatively. I don't think he was particularly good. I still don't think he's particularly good. But these small buffs might change my mind on this. So yeah, go ahead. I wonder which team will be the first to pick him. 9 class Largo, please. I want to see what evil shit he does with his hero. Legion, dual Ag Scepter duration decreased again. So it went from 7 seconds in the later era of 7.39, and now it's down to 6 seconds. So a full second knocked off of it. It is too strong. At this point, part of me thinks they just need to come up with a different Ag Scepter. Because at this point, it's like, what, an extra second? Really, you're buying it for the spell immunity, but like the increased dual duration matters quite a bit, because it also, in a way, counters Sanjinyasha, which is an important item to buy against LC if you can't. You know, Lincoln's is kind of also a dead item, but you kind of have to go it if you're up against LC and certain other heroes like it. But LC is one of the better heroes at countering Lincoln's also, because she can go Heaven's Halberd. Or like a 4-staff. Really, just Heaven's Halberd is the ideal one. Yeah. Legion is probably still a good hero, though. She's a very popular pick right now, especially in high-ranked matchmaking. People like her a lot in pubs. I like her a lot in pubs, too. Yeah, okay. Legion will still be a pick just because she's a Legion, but this does not bode well for the future of the current dual Ags incarnation. Lone Druid. I wanted to see if they separated LT and the Spirit Bearer, and they did. Base agility increased from 20 to 22. Damage increased as a result. Remember, he's an agility hero now, but the bear is universal. Savage Roar duration increased at early levels. Okay. Wants you to put more points in your other abilities, like Entangle. Level 25 Talon slow resistance during true form increased. I did not know he had this. Okay. That's fine. I don't know what the alternative is. I assume it's better, but like, whatever. Spirit Bearer, return. Roots and leashes will now interrupt returns channeling. Good. Is this how it worked? No, previously they only prevented casting of return, but had no effect if applied during the channeling. That's weird. Has it always been that way? I feel like I believe it. I know stuns canceled it. I think. I don't know. It's fine. It's like kind of a nerf, but I mean, whatever. Valve wants us to cook with LD. They want to chill out for a little bit and see if the people can break him. Because again, I've started seeing him, and he looks playable. I don't know if he's good or not, but he's playable. Meepo. Mega Meepo nerf. Hooray! Poof damage factor per additional Meepo decreased from 75 to 50%. Cool. Less damage from poof. Poof damage decreased the talent at level 10. Level 20 talent, Ransack Hellsteel buff decreased as well. Okay, so just light talent nerfs as well. Meepo seems good this patch. I haven't played against him much. I played against him like twice. And I think I won both games, but, you know, that should not stop Valve from nerfing Meepo. Please. Mankey. Jingu Mastery bonus damage increased at later levels. Stays the same early on. That's good. Level 10 talent Primal Spring max damage increased from 85 to 90%. Jingu Mastery getting better scaling actually is kind of a meaningful buff because depending on the lane, this is oftentimes the ability that you don't necessarily have to max it, but you do need to put levels in it. Because level 1, it doesn't do that much. But level 2, it does quite a bit. And it scales even harder now from level 1 to level 2 than it did before. Because remember that small damage buffs on Jingu Mastery affect the lifesteal that you get as well. So not only are you dealing more damage, but you're healing yourself more when you get off that Boundless Strike. And they don't Manta dodge it because you're both level 3. And who has a Manta at that point? Not me. I wish. Level 10 Talon Primal Spring max damage increased by 5. Who cares? Nature's Prophet. Nature's Call. Treant damage increased. Stop. Stop. Don't do this. Valve. I thought you were chill. Don't buff. Daddy, chill. Let Nature's Prophet be shit for a while, please. He was broken he was shit for so long, and he's been broken ever since they started finagling with Sprout. And now he's like finally like bad again, and like let him be bad, please. He should be a specialist hero. Pangolier. Base strength increased. His innate got buffed. The chance reduction is now minus 50% to enemy RNG effects, except the list of the things this affects is like all over the damn place. If you check the wiki, even the wiki is like uncertain, or at least it reads like kind of like, we don't know. It's like a random smattering of things that have exceptions to Fortune Favors the Bold. It's such a weird innate, but it's cool enough in terms of flavor that I don't mind it still being in the game. Swashbuckle cooldown decreased down to 10 seconds at level 4. Seems good, man. Now with Pangolier, I guess you don't have a point target spell. I was going to suggest you could go Phylactery Pangolier. It's an awful thing. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, we're going to see what they did to Phantom Lancer. Ooh, there he is. He's peeking up from the bottom of the screen. Phantom Assassin, level 10's talent Stifling Dagger CDR increased. Okay. Cool. I don't know what the other one is. I think it's a bonus. Is it the cast range for your W? You probably still go that, but whatever. Who cares? Phantom Lancer. Minimum damage at level 1 for illusory armaments, his innate, decreased from 18 to 17%. Increment value for 3 level ups is still 2%. Okay, so this is a very tiny nerf, and then the mana cost on Doppelganger got increased. Meaningful, especially when combined with the fact that Phylactery doesn't give you as much mana regen. Okay. He's still a hero for sure. I'm debating on whether or not I want to do an MMR scam for Phylactum Lancer, so please comment if you would like. Pudge. Meat Shield. Mana cost increased. This is good, especially at early levels. Makes him worse than the Jug matchup, though he will still be a very interesting counterpick to Jug as a core offline Pudge. Ringmaster. Base agility decreased. Why do you do my boy dirty like this? They took his Agi. They took his foams. Carney Classics. Whoopee Cushion, Sting Cloud Radius increased. Why would you buff the one that he already uses? Please buff the other facet, Valve. I want to see more bullshit. I want to see the unicycle. The unicycle's so funny. Nah, whatever. Who cares? This is fine. This is probably an armor threshold thing. And then he gets it back from leveling up anyway. So once you hit level 10, you actually start profiting off of this change overall. So, whatever. Rubick. Telekinesis cooldown decreased by 1 second. Okay. You know, sometimes you look at a patch note and you think to yourself, is this an everything bagel or a nothing burger? And in this case, I'm afraid to say that this is a nothing burger. You can cliff people slightly faster. Shadow Demon. Promulgated Disseminator. Health loss decreased. Okay, this is a nerf. It's fine. Who cares? I wonder if you can still do that bullshit. Have y'all seen y'all have seen it, the like level 1 rampage where it's like disseminate, Nature's Prophet, Shallow Grave, and then you cast disseminate on the Nature's Prophet, Shallow Grave on the Nature's Prophet, and then he TPs into the enemy fountain as the game starts, and then the AoE damage just kills everyone. It's very funny. Slardar, strength gain decreased slightly. Level 15 talent health decreased from 300 to 250. Okay. Tiny Slardar nerfs. He was really good last patch, and they didn't really care about nerfing him. So this is good, I think, overall. Swak, Saltwater Shiv. How do they buff it this time? Stack Restoration Steel rescaled. So it goes up to 8%. They kind of just did this to make the numbers prettier. So it used to be 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it's 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Stack Regen Steel increased. Also to 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? And the Speed Steel increased. You get the joke. This is good. I think this is good. Saltwater Shiv is kind of shitty. Shitty Shiv. So increasing the numbers like this across the board, I mean, this is effectively not quite a 60% increase to the numbers. I mean, it is for the regen and speed steel, but the restoration steel, which is also important, it's a 25% increase to that. Or a 33% increase, rather. So, NA math skills, it's looking fine. It's looking fine. Slark is going to get these little taps to make him better as the patch goes on. The release version of Saltwater Shiv might be one of the worst abilities that Valve has ever added to the game, so this is a nice little change. Spectre, strength gain decreased by 0.1. Boo-hoo. Level 20 talent health decreased as well. I mean, I go the other one anyway, because I go all in on the phylactery bullshit. Level 25 talent, all Spectre illusion damage decreased. This is the one that I went before as well. And the other one is dispersion plus 5%. So maybe that's better now. Dispersion plus 5% is like really good. Just across the board, it just makes you a lot more tanky. And plus it combines with the shard well for when you start running out of item slots. I rarely ever buy shard on Spectre, and when I do, half the time I forget to use it. But, you know, in theory, it could be good. Terrorblade. Terrorblade buffs, kind of. Conjure image mana cost decreased slightly by 5 at all levels, just makes it even. 50, 60, 70, 80. Who do we appreciate? Sunder cooldown decreased as well by 10 seconds at the early level, and it scales back to 40 seconds. Level 25 talent untouched for that. And then Demon Zeal no longer affects reflection illusions. Okay. Wait, it did? What? I didn't even know it did that. That's kind of crazy. Now I'm a little sad. I never got to abuse this. I feel like if you're up against like a Medusa type beat hero, you pop this, Demon Zeal, and you kind of just, it kills everyone. Wait, no, because it doesn't affect other... I don't think they work like that. Usually making illusions of a Medusa is a good idea, but maybe with Terrorblade, it didn't work the way that I wanted it to. Still good against, like, Sven. Level 15 talent reflection, slow and damage increased. Okay. Please do not bring back pause 4 Terrorblade. That shit hurt my soul. That shit... I hate to see my boy become a pause 4, dude. Tidehunter, base strength decreased by 1. Damage at level 1 decreased as a result. This is nothing. 1 strength that does not a nerfed Tidehunter make. Timbersaw, base strength decreased from 26 to 23. Damage at level 1 decreased as a result. Strength gain increased as well. Okay. So when you at level... Oh, so you need to get all the way to level 30 to get your strength back. That's funny. And level 15, Whirling Death stat loss decreased from plus 2.5% to 2%. So what? It goes to 15% now? I think it's at 13? Devastating still for strength heroes, but this doesn't really matter, and I don't know the alternative, so what can you do? You probably only go this against strength cores anyway. Treant Protector, Eyes in the Forest, now have a 50 gold Mountie when killed. Why did they abbreviate it like this? Okay, this is good. I think that changing it to be that you just right-click it twice instead of needing a Quelling Blade and a gem is like a much... It's... I don't know if it's healthier for the game. It definitely makes it a less, like, whack-ass mechanic, but I felt like Treant Axe and the way they worked was one of the old, like, whack-ass Dota 1 mechanics. I don't even know if it was in Dota 1, but it was like a whack-ass mechanic that was still in the game, kind of like Razor Ulti. It's like a remnant of a different era of Dota. So it makes me sad to see it a little bit more normalized, but the effect itself is still so weird, like turning trees into words, that I'm kind of okay with it. Treant Protectors in my games be begging to do Tormentor at 20 minutes, though. Ursa, Fury Swipes, damage per stack, decrease... They nerfed him? According to Quixotics, Ursa was extremely good. I even left a comment on his video, and I promised I would test him out a little bit, and then I didn't, because I'm still sad. This is actually a big nerf. It looks like, oh, 1 damage, who cares? But like, keep in mind, that's 1 damage multiplied. I mean, this is a nerf to his shard. This is a nerf to his W and his E at the same time. This is a cumulative thing, because sometimes you're hitting someone 15 times, so now you're dealing 15 less damage per attack when you do that. Which is a small amount still, and you know, there aren't going to be a whole lot of situations where that breaks the bank, but those situations statistically are possible to exist. So yeah. And it's more than just 15 damage per hit, because it's 1 damage less for every single hit. So it's 15 plus 14 plus 13 plus 12. It's, what's that called? A series in math? I don't know, I'm stupid. NA math skills. Viper, corrosive skin, damage per second rescaled. To be it's better at early levels, but kind of, whoa, that's kind of a fat nerf. It went from 32 to 25. Sheesh. Valve said, Thompson, shut up. But more notably, Split Dip. He kind of was on that shit before anyone else was. Shout out to Split Dip. I actually featured in the video where he talked about it. Level 20 talent predator damage per missing health increased. Okay. So they want you to be a little bit more right-clicky as Viper, I suppose. Level 20 talent Viper Strike DPS decreased as well. Yeah, I think they want you to focus a little bit more on like the old school way of playing Viper where you just hit the Q button on people. And that's it. No changes to Visage. Oh well, what can you do? You can't have everything. Alright, so this was almost entirely nerfs. There were some slight buffs to Slark and to Pango. They buffed the wrong things on Brewmaster. Valve, please. Yeah, I don't think this is really going to shake up the meta. I think, like, Pango got a shitload of apology buffs in the previous letter patch. I think we're going to see even more of those. But I already think the hero is, like, borderline. You have to be, like, a god-tier Pango player to make him look okay. So, you know, I was going to say playable, but, like, maybe not. But yeah, this is overall pretty good, I think. Largo being in Captain's mode is by far the least expected addition in this patch. But it'll be interesting to see what pro players have. Ever since the matchmaking data is scrubbed, it's pretty difficult to see what the Largo players in high MMR matchmaking are up to. So I look forward to seeing that. I really hope it's 9 class. I want to see the bullshit that he gets up to with the 0. So there. 7.40C. You get 2 long form videos from me today. Mwah. Hero Guide on Friday. Peace on planet Earth.